All right, Mike, thank you so much. The first ever Rady Children's Invitational continuing here in San Diego inside Lion Tree Arena on the campus of UC San Diego. The undefeated 4-0 Seton Hall Pirates taking on number 23, the USC Trojans. It wasn't long ago we saw the opening game in this invitational. Oklahoma taking it to Iowa 79-67. They'll be playing tomorrow against the winner of this one, the Pirates and the Trojans. Welcome courtside, Aaron Goldsmith alongside Casey Jacobson. You know, Casey for Seton Hall, they're undefeated, but this is their first real true test for sure. And USC, they are still ranked. They're hanging on by a thread in that category. We just heard Mike talk about it. A disappointing loss at home to UC Irvine.
This is a really exciting matchup. I can't wait to get to it. This is a USC Trojan team that really hasn't been fully healthy in 2 weeks. Now they have their original starting five, and the backcourt is special, led by Isaiah Collier, Boogie Ellis, and Kobe Johnson are not far behind. But the Seton Hall Pirate team is uniquely built. They start 5 seniors, led by Kadari Richmond. Those guys have to show up in order to get this win today.
Starting lineups for both sides for Seton Hall. You mentioned the experience in the backcourt. Dylan Adewusu, the senior from the Bronx, transferring over from St. John's. Richmond and Alamir Dawes, so plenty of experience there. You touched on Kobe Johnson. He missed a couple of games, left knee discomfort. He was magnificent in their opening win against K-State. One of the truly elite defenders in the Pac-12. Our keys to the game sponsored by GovX.
The Pirates got to win the war on the glass. Their front court is not fully healthy yet either, so this is an all-hands-on-deck situation. And that's Kadari Richmond. He averages 7 rebounds a game at the point guard position. And for USC, they got to touch the paint. Now, that's Isaiah Collier and Boogie Ellis. They're both dangerous shooters, but the Trojans' offense, to me, Aaron, is most efficient when those guys get in the lane first.
Controlled by the Pirates, playing by far their toughest competition to date. 4-0 entering this one today. Richmond puts it on the deck right away. Going the other way.
Wow, they called a jump ball on that possession. Kobe Johnson, he talked about his elite athleticism. There it was on display.
Shaheen Holloway, the former Seton Hall guard, the program's all-time assist leader. Johnson with a quick feed down low, loose ball. And a turnover by USC on its first possession. Andy Enfield, in his 11th season, he has guided the Trojans to the NCAA tournament in each of his last 3 seasons, 5 of the last 7 for USC.
Man, he's been there for more than a decade. That's wild. Time flies, man, when you're having fun. He's done a really nice job with USC's program.
Tremendous success. Oh, what a take and a finish. Kadari Richmond right away.
Well, this is the first time I'm going to talk about Kadari Richmond and his physical prowess at the rim. He's a guy who seeks contact. He never avoids it.
He's coming off his 4th career double-double. Here's Collier, the nation's #1 recruit, averaging over 20 a game. Boogie Ellis, short.
That was a mistake by Alamir Dawes, #2 in blue. You cannot double team an Isaiah Collier drive if you are guarding Boogie Ellis. You can help off anybody else, but not Boogie Ellis. They dodged a bullet there.
A whistle from one of the officials. USC ball. Here's Collier on the wing. Collier trying to get some contact. Johnson. Averaging 15 a game this year. Hasn't taken a whole lot of threes.
Yeah, that's just his 10th three-point attempt on the season, but he is working on it. He is getting better, and if he adds a three-point shot to his arsenal, forget about it, man. He's going to be in the NBA next year with his brother, by the way.
Former draft pick out of Duke, his brother Jalen. Dawes. Collier coming off 24 points against Brown. It was a win for the Trojans, but maybe not as comfortable of a win as they would have liked as Kobe Johnson splashes his 2nd triple in as many possessions.
This is a USC offense that has struggled at times with their offense. Most of that is because they haven't been healthy, but really nice start for Kobe Johnson in particular.
Davis fading Rodman in his face, and Davis hits his first try, averaging about 13 a game.
Buckets are crucial. Shaheen Holloway needs this team offensively to get off to a good start. It allows them also to set up a little bit of token pressure here, slow down the Trojans' offense.
Third attempt short. Kobe Johnson misses that time. Kadari Richmond, one of the conference's best point guards, leading the Pirates in points, rebounds, and assists. Dawes pulls up, deflected. Morgan got his fingertips on it. Dawes follows, and it's into the hands of Collier.
And he had it right at the rim, too. There wasn't a USC defender around.
Johnson puts it on the deck this time, tries to feed Morgan, and it's turned over.
That's an example of just guys being too unselfish.
Adewusu in with the trees, gets fouled.
Well, if you would have told me that USC starts with 2 threes offensively, I wouldn't have predicted that they would come from Kobe Johnson. Just his 4th and 5th made 3 of this season. Aaron, you mentioned in the open that he did miss 2 games, so he hasn't played a full, it's their 5th game as a team. But man, he is as valuable as any player, and that includes Isaiah Collier and Boogie Ellis. He averages 36 minutes a game, and Andy Enfield doesn't want to take him off the floor.
Adewusu bags the first free throw. And Enfield said that he believes Kobe Johnson will win the conference's Defensive Player of the Year award this year. Morgan gets an early breather. Iwuchukwu checks in.
I'm not going to doubt Andy. I mean, last year, the Defensive Player of the Year in the Pac-12 was Jalen Clark of UCLA, who was awesome. But yeah, certainly Kobe Johnson, the front runner.
All tied early on. That's on Rodman.
And those two are communicating, DJ Rodman and Boogie Ellis. And even though Rodman gets the foul, Aaron, that is just as much as Boogie Ellis's fault as anybody. He's got to allow his teammate to get set before he makes his move.
Richmond taken right on Johnson. Strips. Bediako can't hold on to it. Collier, he gets his pocket picked by Dawes. Dawes, the fake. And the putback. Bediako.
Jaden Bediako's been a little bit of an offensive surprise for Seton Hall. It's nice defense on Boogie Ellis.
And a ticky-tack foul there on Collier. Under 16 to play in the first half.
Shaheen Holloway, the head coach for Seton Hall, has got to be thrilled with this start on both ends of the floor. Never giving up, maximum effort. That's what he's about.
On the campus of UC San Diego, 8-6, Seton Hall leading early over number 23, USC. Some Trojan headlines. 4 consecutive 20-win seasons for Andy Enfield, most in school history, and 3 consecutive appearances in the tournament. Boogie Ellis coming back. That was a bit of a surprise. Leading scorer last year, first team all-conference, and of course, we're talking about one of the best recruiting classes in the country.
Yeah, obviously led by Isaiah Collier. Bronny James, you take a look right there, top 25 player, McDonald's All-American. Of course, he went to, unfortunately, went into cardiac arrest in the offseason, and we're able to treat him, and he warmed up for the first time of the season, not today, but last game at home in the Galen Center. We wish him a speedy recovery and can't wait to watch him play. If you haven't seen Bronny James play, you might think, like, what does he do? He is an elite three-point shooter. That is what he will provide. He's also a really smart basketball player who can play both ends of the floor. He'll fit right in when he's ready.
Yeah, they're eager for him to be able to get back on the floor when the time is right. Richmond. A travel. Now, Kobe Johnson was all over him, and Richmond turns it over.
Yeah, if you're going to play Kadari Richmond, you can't play on your heels. You have to be just as physical as he is. The problem is, and there's not a lot of guys who are equipped physically to do that. Kobe Johnson is one of those.
Ellis, a deep three, and he splashes it through.
He is one of those guys, when he gets one to go, he missed his first two in this game, hits that one, and he immediately thinks it's going to be his night. He had 24 points against Kansas State, 28 points last game against Brown. He can drop 30 on anyone.
A fifth-year senior, one of the conference's best scorers. Dawes can't get it to fall. And it stays on this end. And the infield can't believe it. And now they changed their mind. One official was headed over towards the other, and there's the reaction from Shaheen Holloway on the other bench.
It's a smile because he knows it was the right call. Thumbs up. We're all good. Everyone makes mistakes. Shaheen Holloway, he coaches this team like he used to play the game, if you watch him, with the unrelenting will to win. Sometimes it does get him in trouble. Last game they win against Wagner, and their head coach Donald Copeland and Shaheen got into a little scuffle there.
Iwuchukwu with a good pass underneath, but Johnson couldn't put it through. Hanging, foul. Oh, no whistle.
No
you can
whistle.
hear the slap. You can hear it from over here. Trey Davis puts it through nevertheless.
How was that not a foul? I heard it. The referee was standing right there. If that's not a foul in this game, we might be in for a wrestling match.
Iwuchukwu denied Bediako underneath, and it goes the other way. Let's go back and turn the volume up for just a moment.
Yeah, that was a slap on the wrist. Man, that's the definition of a hard foul by Iwuchukwu. Goes uncalled. Credit Trey Davis. He didn't even, you see, he got up the floor, didn't say a word. He's
right.
ready to play, man.
Richmond takes a deep two. Ellis hands it up. Sellers, his first shot try, puts through. Isaiah Sellers, a sophomore.
Aaron, that is an important shot for Isaiah Sellers. I know we've only played 6.5 minutes in this game, but he is a guy that has struggled with his jumper.
He's seen a great increase in minutes from last year. Whistle away from the ball. That's the first on Kajani Wright.
Number 33, Kajani Wright.
Go back to it, This is a Seton Hall team that is kind of rebuilding their front court. They lost Tyree Samuel last year, Casey and Defo. They're going to need Jaden Bediako to kind of set the tone. Bediako's number 15 in blue down there.
Davis with now 7 to shoot, gives it up to Dawes. Bediako 4 to shoot. With the right hand, pretty touch.
Yeah, and he's capable. Okay, now, like last year, he played at Santa Clara. His numbers weren't off the charts, but he's got 3 straight games of double-figure scoring. Well, he is coming into his own, and they need him. He has a different role on this team.
Johnson feeds down low, loose ball, Wright regains. Foul, count it. The former McDonald's All-American gets his first points.
Talk about guys that are built, like Kajani Wright is just massive. Shoulders, and you know, Seton Hall clearly, like Kajani Wright's offensive game is a little bit raw. Bediako right here with the hooks. We got a center battle going on the last couple of possessions, but Kajani Wright, I think Seton Hall is going to be fine with him playing one-on-one, right? They're not going to double team him. They're scared of Boogie Ellis and Kobe Johnson going nuts, so Kajani's going to have his opportunities.
Converts on the three-point play. 2-point lead for the Trojans.
The 2-2-1 full court pressure by USC. They play mostly man, but they mix it up. They'll play zone in the half court. They'll come in and full court press you and use their length.
Bunny rolls out from Davis. Johnson dives on the floor to get it. Ellis, he takes a deep three. Whistle underneath.
If you haven't watched USC play before, Boogie Ellis has the green light. There is no such thing as a bad shot. I guess maybe at the end of a game that could come into question, but right now, if you, from 25 feet, you better have a hand up or that ball's going up and likely going in. 42% three-point shooter so far on the season.
Second foul on Bediako will send him to the bench. Nganga checks in, the Boise State transfer. Ellis cut off. Looking for some help. Johnson, he gets Richmond in the air. They swing it around. And Nganga gets the rebound and a foul.
Foul number 30,
Harrison Hornery just recently checked in.
5 team fouls for the Trojans.
Enfield going to his bench, bringing Rodman back in. He'll take the spot of Johnson. 4-0 to begin the season for this Seton Hall squad. And the offense, that has been such a big part of what Shaheen Holloway is trying to improve upon from last year. Always a defensively sound team.
Yeah, and so far so good, Aaron, but we really don't know because this is the real first power conference team that Seton Hall has played. As you watch Isaiah Coleman, number 21, a freshman, very talented.
Hornery, he wants a deep three. Loose ball controlled by Wright. Stripped, a clean strip. And here comes Dre Davis. Davis taking on Hornery with the right hand. It won't go.
Yeah, those buckets got to go in for Seton Hall offensively.
Hornery thought about it. Instead, the runner, too strong. A one-hand rebound by Kadari Richmond.
Who is the point guard, by the way. You saw him defensively. He can protect the rim. He can bring the ball up the floor. He averages 7 rebounds a game. There really isn't a whole lot that he can't do, except shoot threes.
Davis. Rodman almost lost it. Wright gets fouled. 10:50 to go here in the first half. A close one. Number 23 USC leading by 2 over Seton Hall.
How about the ball's not moving. The ball's sticking. The ball can't stick. We can't go one-on-one at the one pass. You playing your right spot. You playing your, listen to me. You playing your right spot. It's unacceptable for you not to know what's going on. He's playing the foul. You playing the foul. I said it 5 times already, Rico.
That is how Shaheen Holloway coaches. His players love it because it's genuine. It comes from a place of love and trust. And right there, he was talking to sophomore Sadrake Nganga. It's like, hey, I told you 5 times, if you're young and you want playing time, you better do that, right? Missed or made shots, that sometimes is irrelevant for a young player. You just want him to understand his role on the team and where he should be. And the other part he talked about, Aaron, was the ball sticking. Look, Seton Hall, pretty decent start in the first 5 minutes. They've made 5 made baskets, 0 assists for the Pirates. That is unsustainable against this USC defense.
Collier back on the floor for USC, puts up a shot right away, misses. Hornery, the offensive rebound, and a fresh 20 seconds for USC. Joshua Morgan fighting down low. Instead, they swing it around up top. Under 10 to shoot. Collier driving up and under. What a pretty finish. His first points today.
Isaiah Collier, he got poked in the eye too, by the way. His bag is deep. He knows he's not just going to go finish on the strong side like everyone expects him to do. He's got a whole bunch of acrobatic shots that he can make.
Adewusu, the St. John's transfer, first year with the Pirates. Davis just chucks it off the glass.
Man, that was really nice concentration, athleticism by Dre Davis. I would consider him the best overall athlete in a blue uniform. By the time USC did go to that 2-3 matchup zone, again, they're going to switch it up all the time.
A couple of seasons at Louisville for Davis. Collier wants against the high screen. Gets it from Morgan. Slips a couple of defenders. Ornery. Dawes, transition three.
Seton Hall, not a prolific three-point shooting team, but if there is one guy that can change this game offensively from the arc, it's number 2, Alamir Dawes.
Pirates 0 for 3 early on from behind the arc.
Nice
Good
pass.
feed. Rodman pivoting for space. Can't put it through. Gets the miss and gets fouled.
Tough miss for DJ Rodman. Aaron, USC is searching for that 4th consistent scorer. They have Isaiah Collier, Boogie Ellis, and Kobe Johnson. Who is going to be that 4th guy that they can rely on? They went out and got DJ Rodman, the transfer from Washington State. He's yet to kind of figure out his role. Did not play last game against Brown because of a left foot issue. Was 0 for 8 against UC Irvine the previous game to that. He just doesn't look quite right, but I give him a little bit of leash. It's hard. He's the new kid on the block.
It's funny, Shaheen Holloway was saying the same thing about Adewusu and his transition coming over. And similar story, same conference, right? Went from one Big East team to another, and Rodman one Pac-12 school to another. But it does take some time as he gets the second. Alamir Dawes making his 100th career start today.
Well, Kadari Richmond, number 1 on the block. Might want to get a post up. Isolation.
Under 10 to shoot. Richmond. It's a jump ball.
Aaron, that is the 2nd time we've seen Kobe Johnson. I believe it was the first defensive possession of this game. He gets 2 hands on the basketball. Most defensive players, they just kind of put their hands up, but Kadari Richmond presented the ball, and he's going to take it every time. There was a lot of contact there. I understand Kadari Richmond wanted a foul. I understand that. But the referees have been pretty consistent about letting physical play happen here.
What a matchup between those 2 today. The spin, and he misses the one-hand flush. Almost got it to bounce through.
That would have been the perfect answer to Kobe Johnson's defense.
Collier, step back, hits.
They don't make freshmen like that. I mean, look at his shoulders, his biceps. He's 6'4", 6'5". That's why he's going to be a lottery pick.
Coleman stripped by Johnson, is able to recover. Nope, Collier takes it back. And now it is Coleman with the foul after the turnover.
And Isaiah Collier rubbing his forehead. Watch him get an elbow to the face here. Right there, it was a shoulder. It wasn't an elbow, it was actually a shoulder to the face. But man, he's tough and physical. And then on the other end, like, that's pretty good defense. That is just a one-on-one stud doing his thing. And as good as Isaiah Collier has been so far, this game right now has Kobe Johnson's fingerprints all over it. He did his first 2 threes, and he's been a menace on defense. Here he is with the ball.
Arrington Page has checked in for USC for the first time, number 22. Ellis, baseline hanging. Hits the deck hard. He's slow to get up. Sanders almost traveled.
Oh, yeah, Kadari Richmond cutting right down the lane. They missed him.
Adewusu, short. There comes Johnson. Johnson gets fouled. Under 8 to play in the first half. Man, they got loud when Boogie Ellis hit the floor.
Yeah, nice baseline drive. Excellent defense in the watch. Ah, man, I heard that one from all the way over here. We hope he's okay.
Seven lead changes so far. 19-14, number 23, USC. We went into this game, Casey, talking about the backcourt play and how much it intrigues you on both sides and the size of some of these guards as well.
Yeah, this is my list of the top biggest point guards in the country, guys who are 6'5" and taller and run the offense. We've seen Isaiah Collier, Tristan Newton runs that show at UConn, won a national championship last year. Keenan Blackshear, if you haven't seen him, he's really impressive out of the Mountain West Conference. And Kadari Richmond might be the biggest of all of them. So far, Kadari, they're going at him on both ends of the court. He's had his hands on his knees a little bit. This USC team knows how important Kadari is. Sometimes the best way to, kind of go at a guy is to make him play both ends of the floor.
Now Kobe Johnson has been all over Kadari Richmond so far. Collier to inbounds. Iwuchukwu back on the floor for USC, number 3, Ellis. Controlled by Richmond. Skip pass ahead, no, it's kicked. A deflection from Kobe Johnson.
Who else? He plays center field, he plays shortstop, he even catches. Sometimes you can bring him out of the bullpen. No, you're a baseball guy, Aaron Goldsmith.
Well, Johnson last year, 2nd most steals in the conference. Tied for the 3rd most in single season program history.
Right now he's playing like Shohei Ohtani. You get me?
I'm with you, he's doing everything.
Everything, man.
And Ganga, too strong. Collier keeps it alive for the Trojans, and here comes Ellis. Collier backing down on Richmond. Up and under.
Wow. Goalie ball at its finest. All right, we're going to talk a lot about Isaiah Collier, but can I just say, his shooting numbers are awesome. Coming into the game, 52% overall from the field and 42% from 3, Aaron. It's not like he's a gunner. He's not a volume shooter. That guy gets buckets and does it efficiently.
So physical down low. As we just saw, Richmond gives it up. Adewusu, 5 to shoot, lost it. Collier. Adewusu gets it back, 2 to shoot. And I'm not sure he got that off in time. He did not. It's waved off.
Oh, the official at half court called it no good, but he's looking at his partner and he wants to review this. In real time, I'm with you, Aaron. I don't think he gets us off. We're going to take a look at it right here. We have, of course, the luxury of slow-mo. Thank you to our awesome crew. Now, that's clear. This should be the shortest review of the season so far.
And Ganga just a fraction of a second late.
Going back to Collier, Aaron, talked about his efficient offense. The one part about his game that I am doubting and hoping to see him kind of smooth out, Andy Enfield is also hoping. Isaiah Collier leads the country in turnovers, over 5 turnovers per game. But when he doesn't turn it over, nobody in the country can guard him because of his size and skill.
As we thought, no basket. 21 points a game, leading all freshmen.
A lot of good freshmen in the Pac-12. Cody Williams in Colorado, Sebastian Mack for UCLA.
Johnson throws just a step behind Page, who can't hold on to it. Outlet pass. Here comes Dawes. Nope. The other way to Collier. Ellis looking for that 3.
That's beautiful basketball. However, Shaheen Holloway's got to be pulling out his hair if he had any. He doesn't. He's bald over there. They are way too cavalier with their passes, are the Pirates.
It's a 13-2 USC run.
Yeah.
Now 6 to shoot, Dawes. Taken on 3, and it won't work out. Arrington Page, the freshman, on the other end. A whistle as he took off. A travel on Iwuchukwu.
Defensively, we saw it from Kobe Johnson early on. Isaiah Collier showing his ability. He's right here on the left-hand side of the street. He's going to be playing center field in this one. Right here is Isaiah Collier. Keep an eye as he goes. Watch this lazy pass from Adewusu. And Collier saw that from a mile away. And then how about everybody touching it? And it's a good idea usually to get to Boogie Ellis to be standing open at the 3.
It's his second triple for Ellis, that is. 10-point lead.
Alamir Dawes 0 for 7. He's one of the best offensive players that Shane has.
An air ball that time from Kobe Johnson. He knocked down a couple of threes early.
Him licking his lips on the defensive end. This is where, like, Kobe Johnson to me is an NBA player because of this end of the floor. His offensive game is still a work in progress. Look at him.
Knocks it free. Boogie Ellis.
Boogie Ellis. And now final on the floor.
This has been Kobe Johnson's game. There's a lot of guys that are playing well for USC. Boogie Ellis is going to get the dunk, but it's thanks to his teammates' versatility on the defensive end.
Mike, we appreciate that. Yeah, we were watching some of that game in between games 1 and 2 here in San Diego. How about Kobe Johnson in this first half? He has set the tone.
Yeah, he set it on the offensive end. He made his first 2 threes, USC's first 2 buckets. He always brings it on the defensive end. If you turn your back to number 0, that ball is gone. Last year, he was second in the Pac-12 in steals, and he's taking on the assignment of any Seton Hall player, whether it be Kadari Richmond, Alamir Dawes, Dylan Adewusu. He'll take on all comers. And Aaron, we talked about it to start this game. This USC backcourt is special. Right now, those 3 guys offensively combined for 20 of USC's 26 points.
They've been spectacular and exactly what you would expect from them. This is a USC team that has suffered just 1 loss. It was an upset loss at home to UC Irvine. They were shorthanded, however. Boogie Ellis was unavailable. He was injured. Remember, Kobe Johnson missed 2 games with a knee injury. He was spectacular in their opening win against Kansas State on a neutral site. So Andy Enfield happy to have basically his full complement of players back healthy and ready to go. First game this season, they have repeated their starting lineup.
They had their opening starting lineup against Kansas State, won that opener, and then this is the second game of the season where they've had that same group.
Richmond taking it amongst the trees and denied. Iwuchukwu, 7'1".
I think that might have been Page who got that. It was hard. Both of them went to go up and get that one.
Page 6'11".
Yeah. There's no Andy Enfield, since he's been the head coach at USC, they always have a 6'11", 7-foot rim protector. Always.
Iwuchukwu throws it away. The former 5-star recruit. Let's take a closer look.
Yeah, Page on the backside. Yeah, it's Page on the backside. I mean, Iwuchukwu did a nice job of making Kadari Richmond try and float that one, but like whether it's Chimezi Metu, Onyeka Okongwu, the Mobley brothers. I mean, you go on down the list, man.
Dawes has a rattle out. And has been a struggle for Seton Hall. 15-2 run for USC. This was a close game. Seton Hall won for its last 13 now. Johnson tucks. Teardrop. Iwuchukwu. He's fouled by Richmond. He can't believe it. Now, last season, Andy Enfield's squad top 10 in opposing field goal and 2-point field goal, second best, and nearly top 10 in blocks per game. So this is a team that has had such great defense.
Yeah, it's not a surprise. I mean, look, every program in the country, Aaron, is trying to find an identity. What are we good at year after year? What kind of players fit our system? And it's clear that USC and Andy Enfield, they build a winning brand of basketball on NBA caliber athleticism, especially on the interior. They've been top 50 overall in KenPom's defensive efficiency as Page walks into the lane and erases a free throw attempt by Iwuchukwu. That was a mistake by the young man. We're going back to USC defensively. Top 50 in KenPom each of the last 4 years.
Enfield has had one of the great runs of success in in this program's history. Under 3 to play. Richmond finds a little space. He hasn't been able to say that often today. But can't put it through. Short possession for the Pirates, and it's Trojans' ball.
You say Kadari found some space? I saw him just forearm shove Kobe Johnson off of him and get a shot. I'm not mad at it.
You do what you have to do.
You do, absolutely, man. It's not a foul unless they call it.
Collier behind the back.
That's
pretty feed. Out of bounds. Trying to find Joshua Morgan. Couldn't hold on.
Again, I mentioned the turnover thing. I thought that was a good pass. Joshua Morgan kind of mishandled it, but it's also like on Isaiah Collier to learn his teammates. If you are going to play the lead point guard position, you got to understand big guys where they want to catch it.
Davis fades over Page, and a much-needed bucket. Pirates were 0 for their last 9.
Wow.
Ellis kicks back up top. Offensive foul on Page. Former high school teammate with Isaiah Collier, a top 50 recruit.
And Trey Davis on both ends of the floor. He gets the bucket after a drought, and then he steps in, takes one on the chest. Trey Davis has the versatility in his game that every coach wants. Last year, he was the leading bench scorer at 9.5 points a game, but then a knee injury in late January caused him to miss several weeks. Well, they hope he stays healthy. He's key to their success.
Davis trying to go baseline cut off. Fading. Offensive rebound. Özdogan. His first points. A freshman from Turkey. Ellis wants his third triple. He finds it. He's in double figures with 11.
A superb pass from Kobe Johnson, who instead of forcing a shot at the rim, just catches the ball, makes the extra pass.
Been a quiet first half for Richmond. Everything has been so contested. 1 for 7 now today. Collier tried to create something. Adewusu ahead to Dawes. Euro steps. Johnson. Some hard. Ooh, Dawes just got stepped on, I think. I think Johnson just stepped right on top of Alamir Dawes inadvertently.
That should have been a foul on USC. I mean, Dawes shoots that ball, and I know he already released the shot, but he gets hammered on this. Watch from Kajani right there. That's a foul. I know he released the ball, but that's a foul, and then he gets stepped on for good measure. That's like it's tough. He should be. I don't know if it would have been called a shooting foul. Probably would have been, That make your heart hurt a little bit, Aaron?
I can't even imagine what that feels like.
I mean, he's tough, but Shaheen is talking to the officials right now. How is that not a foul? And then, yeah, right there on the chest. And that's not like a Draymond Green style where I know you're down there, I'm going to step on your chest and move on. That was totally inadvertent.
Johnson's first point since those early threes. He bagged a couple of them right away to begin the game. Collier heads to the bench. Under a minute to play. Gets them both. 8 points here in the first half for Kobe Johnson.
And Dylan Adewusu has only taken 1 shot. He's wearing number 0 in blue. They want to get him going offensively.
Well, right on cue. His first field goal today.
So that play is called an Iverson cut, right from one wing to the other, and then that was just an isolation for Adewusu.
And the infield spins a timeout with 36 seconds to play in the first half. Trojans a 12-point lead. Now this Black Friday on Fox, catch Heisman candidate Bo Nix as he leads 6th-ranked Oregon in a huge showdown against bitter rival Oregon State. It all begins tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern on Fox. Kadari Richmond, who leads the Pirates in points, rebounds, and assists. Having such a fantastic year, averaging 14 a game, shooting 57%. Much different story today.
Yeah, and it's not just him, though, Aaron Kadari. Alamir Dawes is 0 for 10 from the field, and Alamir Dawes is their second leading scorer. So Shaheen Holloway's clapping it up on the sideline. He knows his team wants to have a defensive identity, but man, you play against a team like USC, your top two scorers cannot go 1 for 17 in the first half.
And Pirates shooting just a little over 25% for the first half. Ellis lost his footing. And all over today, Wusu.
Just a case of over dribbling right there, right? Boogie Ellis, he can get himself out of a lot of trouble with his ball handling and shooting capabilities, but just make the extra pass, make it easy on yourself.
That's his first foul. 1-1 coming here for Dewusu. Johnson able to stay in bounds. Trojans can play for the last shot here. Shot clock turned off. Under 10 seconds to play in the first half. Collier back on the floor. Collier, little forearm shiver. And an offensive foul.
That is a scouting report play by Dylan Adewusu defensively. When you watch Isaiah Collier, one of the things that he loves to do is reject ball screens. So instead of going over the traditional way, he loves to cross it over, and that's how Dylan Adewusu was sitting on that crossover.
A veteran move by the senior.
Watch him reject this ball screen, and Dylan Adewusu sees it coming, and he's there. That's the senior.
So now Seton Hall can have the last shot. Richmond sprints ahead, and he is fouled.
Yeah, it feels like Seton Hall should run that play every time. Just give it to Kadari and let him dribble 60 feet. By the time he gets to the rim, man, it's hard to guard him. Let's draw that foul.
Second foul in about a minute for Boogie Ellis.
Kadari Richmond to the free throw line for Seton Hall, shooting 2.
Took me a second to realize Kadari, first game of the season, he changed his number. He wore number 0 last year. Now he wears number 1, and he gave number 0 to Dylan Adewusu. That's a solid teammate, right?
And gets both free throws here. Just 4 points for Richmond here in the first half. Much needed points for Seton Hall.
Number 0 is important to Adewusu.
Johnson doesn't get it off in time. Won't count if it goes. 32-20.
Irvine, a power conference opponent, their first time, they showed out. Their backcourt controlled the first 20 minutes.
USC a 10-point lead at half over Seton Hall. Mike Hill and his studio coming up right after this. It's a gorgeous Thanksgiving in San Diego, the first ever Rainy Children's Invitational. A very happy Thanksgiving. USC leading 32-22 over Seton Hall. Today's Rainy Children's Healthier Ever After starts here by the numbers. Seton Hall shooting just 28%. They have not hit a three-pointer. Meanwhile, the Trojans shooting close to 40% and a healthy lead going into the second half. Oh. Eric Goldtham alongside Casey Jacobson. And Casey, this backcourt for the Trojans, it has not disappointed.
No, they are electric on both ends of the floor. Kobe Johnson kind of set the tone defensively for the Trojans. And offensively, they just have so many weapons. Look, we're still 2 weeks into this young season, so everybody's kind of a work in progress. But this guy is not a work in progress. He's a fifth-year senior who knows what he is. And that is one of the best scorers in all of America. He missed his first 2 shots of this game, but he has a scorer's mentality, which means he's got a short memory. I don't care. Give me the ball, and when I'm open, I'm always ready to knock it in.
Others so far with 8 points. Kobe Johnson, the same story. Collier with 6 for the backcourt. Doing its thing as we all anticipated in the first half for the Trojans. Collier gave up his dribble, and Morgan stripped by Richmond, and will stay on this end.
And as good as USC's backcourt is, Kadari Richmond and Alamir Dawes, by the way, folks, are the top 2 scorers for Seton Hall. We're 1 for 11.
And Boogie gets it to go through. Deflection there from Morgan.
So Josh Morgan, that is what he does. He is a shot blocker and one of the best. He had 0 shot attempts last game against Brown in 19 minutes. They're not really going to give him the ball, but he's in there to protect the lane.
Oh, this is an easy pick. Collier to Ellison. He saves it. Wow. They're able to keep it in play. Almost looked like that was going out of bounds for Seton Hall. Collier hoists a 3. And right away, a timeout called by Seton Hall. 38-22. Collier bags his first triple today.
Last year at Seton Hall and transferred, now is at Notre Dame. And there he is right there. There's Tay in the hoodie.
Happy to be able to spend Thanksgiving together here in San Diego.
There's worse places to hang out for Thanksgiving than this place.
A gorgeous day. And the first year of the Rady Children's Invitational.
Trey's the leading scorer for Seton Hall so far. 8 points. Still no one in double figures for the Pirates. Trying to post up Kadari right here against Kobe Johnson.
Richmond feeds Davis and winds up in the hands of Adewusu.
That's one of Shaheen Holloway's go-to plays. Get Kadari on the post. Here's the problem. Normally Kadari has a height advantage over everybody he plays, but Kobe Johnson's just that good.
Morgan lobs.
Nice help.
Deflected. Adewusu brings it across for the Pirates, looking low. Frustrating first half for Richmond. Davis tucks and has it knocked away twice by Morgan. Able to recover. Davis trying to find some daylight. Rejected again. This time a whistle.
If you don't go to the chest of Joshua Morgan, you try to go around him, good luck with that. His wingspan is so long. One of the better rim protectors in all of college hoops.
Whistle for out of bounds, so Iwuchukwu checks back in for Morgan. 4 to shoot. Adewusu's got to put it up, 2 to shoot. Not close. Ellis knocked down 4 triples today. Johnson feeds Iwuchukwu, and a hard foul. Adewusu is there, his second.
Good hard foul by Adewusu. As this one's starting to get a little bit out of hand. I mean, we still have 18 minutes to go. Anything can happen, but you got to send a message. Even if you're going to get scored on, you got to send a message that it's not going to be easy, that we're going to still continue to fight, contest.
Iwuchukwu said before the season he wants his game to be loud. A loud block, a loud rebound, not just dunks.
Well, like if I built a college center in a laboratory, he would look a lot like Vincent Iwuchukwu, man. That guy has all the physical gifts you need. And he missed all last summer because of back surgery. So Andy Enfield said, this guy's only played 2 months of a possible 13 months of basketball. He's still young and raw.
Davis open for a three. Owusu comes in, gets the rebound. Collier picks the pocket and takes off. Davis fouled.
Well, on a court that is full of really good athletes, the word elite comes to mind when you watch Isaiah Collier. Like, there's a bunch of dudes who are strong and fast and jump high, but Isaiah Collier's different. He looks different. This is what NBA players look like when they get a breakaway.
Now Collier, the #1 recruit, part of this tremendous recruiting class, top 5 in the nation for Andy Enfield and USC. Ten points now for Davis. Rodman, corner three. Johnson can't hold on to it.
Yeah.
Long outlet, Davis again. Owusu.
Dre Davis going to take his turn on Collier. Oh, DJ's got to shoot that ball. DJ Rodman has not been able to establish himself offensively. He gets back to the basket one-on-one. There's no double team. That's his ball to shoot.
Richmond taking on Johnson. Off the glass, and a much-needed bucket for Kadari Richmond, his first of the second half.
Yeah, just like that, what I was talking about on the other end. That's Kadari Richmond. That's actually one of the best things that he does is post up.
Seven to shoot, 6 to shoot now. Iwuchukwu trying to lean in. Well short, Richmond. Coleman cross-court pass. Davis hoists a three. It hits. 13 for Dre Davis. Under 16 to play. Timeout called by Andy Enfield and USC.
This game's been a lot of fun to watch. And here's the headliner, Isaiah Collier. But Seton Hall is trying to fight back, and the leader is Dre Davis with his family watching on Thanksgiving.
Ronnie James in a good mood. We hope to see him on the court at some point when the time is right for USC. Trojans a commanding lead. That being said, Pirates a 7-0 run in less than 2 minutes. They just knocked down their first three-pointer of the game.
Showing 2-3 zone, but now it's going to go into man-to-man on first pass here. Switching everything.
Ellis takes a deep three. Past Richmond. Gives it up. Almost a step too many, and yes, it was. They call the travel. Bediako had a good look.
Well, take a look here. This is a couple plays ago. This is Isaiah Collier. This is going to be an offensive rebound for Seton Hall. This guy is different. He thinks the game differently. Instead of just getting back on defense, he steals. He leaves his man to go steal the basketball. Aaron, I can't say that I've ever made a play like that before. I don't really think the game like that. Isaiah Collier, yeah, he's athletic, but he also thinks it at a high level. You ever had any plays like that?
You know, Case, I've caught a lot of plays like that.
Yeah.
Hornery left open as time expires on the shot clock. His first points today.
Well, Harrison, modern day product in Southern California, about an hour-and-a-half drive up the freeway in Orange County. He's made a lot of big shots in his career. He's not afraid of the moment.
He's on Davis here. He's backing him down. Oh, denied by Morgan. A prolific shot blocker.
Averaging 2 a game. He was one of the best last year. And the weak side shot blocks are his favorite, right? It's not his man that's driving to the rim. He kind of, right here, like he's going to go for this one. Yep.
That's his 5th today. You saw it coming. Call your touch pass. Morgan!
Oh.
2 hands and short.
That would have been fun. And it's appropriate that he was the one that had the opportunity because it was his block on the other end that led to that break. I remember watching Joshua Morgan's very first college game ever. It was actually at Pauley Pavilion against UCLA, and he was a member of the Long Beach State team that year. And that's easy. I mean, routine. He's been doing that since he was tiny. And then this is the one where almost slips, then gets a chance to dunk it. I wish he would have put that one through. I would have wanted to hear your call. Your dunk calls, Aaron Goldsmith, some of the best in the business, man. I love it.
Well, it's very nice of you, Casey. You saw the whole play coming. And Morgan, you talk about him at Long Beach State. Big West Defensive Player of the Year as a freshman. An immediate impact. This is both. Adewusu. And he lost it. Off his leg and Trojans ball.
I mean, he didn't lose it. Isaiah Collier stuck his paw in there and forced it, right? It wasn't like Adewusu just dribbled it off his leg on his own. All the little plays, Aaron, like it feels like almost every single one, the deflections, the offensive rebounds have been USC. When's the last time Seton Hall got an easy basket? I mean, I can't remember. It might have happened. It's just, everything's been a grind.
They're shooting just 26% in this game. Ellis fading, and he got it. Getting to knock on the door, 20 points. That's about what he's averaging this year. He's got 16 now today. Richmond. Up and under. That's a pretty finish.
That is a driving lane that has been unavailable to Kadari Richmond for the first 27 minutes of this game. And Andy Enfield's not happy about that one. You allow Kadari Richmond a runway, and it's either going to be a bucket or a foul.
Morgan, quick touch and 2. His first points today. Richmond cross court. Adewusu, second triple today for the Pirates.
Just really important for Adewusu. Like, regardless of what happens in this game, he's got to be involved. It's a really nice pass from Richmond.
Ellis finds Morgan underneath, pivoting, trying to find space. Here comes Coleman. Coleman with the left hand. His first bucket today.
Isaiah Coleman is one of my personal favorite freshmen in the Big East Conference. Like, the headliner is probably Stephon Castle, the freshman for UConn, who's kind of out right now with some soreness, but I see potential written all over Isaiah Coleman.
Now suddenly, Pirates have made 5 of their last 7. They have at least a little bit of wind at their back. Good matchup here. Collier throws it right to the chest of Adewusu and a turnover. Another one.
It's his Achilles heel right now. Turnovers for Isaiah Collier.
Adewusu with ornery closing. Richmond gives it up. Adewusu, a second try. Missed it again. Underneath. Bediako.
Well, don't look now, but Shaheen Holloway's team, they do not give up. They have not given up. And right now, USC looks a little stunned. Yes, 11 minutes to go here, Aaron.
It's a 7-0 run in just over a minute. Collier, 5 to shoot. Lost it. Another turnover. It's the 15th by the Trojans today. Coleman taking Morgan his 6th block. All of a sudden, Seton Hall beginning to wake up.
Yeah, more than waking up. Create offensive opportunities through your defense. That's the true freshman, Isaiah Coleman. And this is Jaden Bediako, the 5th-year senior transfer from Santa Clara. Come back. It's not over.
Seton Hall enjoying a 7-0 run, trying to close the gap on number 23 USC. Jaden Bediako had the latest bucket for the Pirates. The grad student now at Seton Hall. He was a classics major at Santa Clara. And his favorite book, the Iliad. Now, let's not make a mistake. Achilles wasn't a god, Casey.
Okay.
But he was a hero.
I'll take your word for it. This is the statue of Achilles right here.
Yeah, something about him fighting Trojans, you know.
Look, I took a Greek mythology class at Stanford because I thought it would be an easy class. I was looking for like a breath of fresh air, man. But I should have known it was not easy. It was hard. And for the record, I got a C. So don't ask me anything about Achilles or, you know, Archimedes or Nike or whatever, man. I don't know. I don't know.
Loose ball. Rodman gets it, and timeout is called by USC. Is that the worst grade you got in college?
I got a couple of C's at Stanford. Let's not talk about that, all right? I did get a few buckets at Stanford. You want to talk about that?
I mean, are your daughters watching right now?
Well,
Fortunately, no.
They're sitting behind. They can't hear me right now. But look, it's clear, though, as we get back on track in this game, that Shaheen Holloway does not care about my report card during my college days. He cares very much about his team responding physically, mentally, emotionally to the butt kicking that they received in that first half, and they have.
Earlier today in game 1 of our Rady Children's Invitational, I'll tell you what, we had heard about how much more athletic Oklahoma got this year compared to last, and did they ever take it to the Hawkeyes?
Yeah, it was a physical mismatch, Aaron, to be honest with you, and not only like offensively, they did whatever they want. They got dunks and steals. It was the defense in the half court. They limited Iowa. I mean, Peyton Sanford couldn't breathe all game. Ben Crickey was averaging 20 points going in, was a non-factor. They got to go back to the drawing board tonight and figure out offensively how they can get some guys free for tomorrow.
Oklahoma will play the winner of this game today. A travel. The freshman, Arrington Page, just on the floor, turns it over. And the turnovers continue for USC. 79-67, Oklahoma over Iowa. Well, they will play the winner of this one at 3:30 Eastern tomorrow on Fox.
Well, whoever wins this game and has to take on Oklahoma, you better put on your big boy pants and lace up your sneakers tight, because physically they will come after you for 40 minutes.
Under 10 to play in this one. Dawes, deep three. Oh, and he stuck it. Hard to believe his first points today.
Oh, welcome to the game offensively. Alamir Dawes missed his first 10 attempts from the field. He's their second leading scorer.
Lead cut to single digits now. It's a 10-0 run in less than 3 minutes for Seton Hall. Ellis steps back deep 2. Richmond just appeared and took it down. He's trying to go coast to coast. Bediako. Morgan, his 7th block today. And they call a jump ball as Rodman got his hands on it.
And Andy Enfield is going right to the bench, and he's inserting 2 of his top 3 scorers back into this one. Here comes Isaiah Collier and Kobe Johnson. Feels like Kobe Johnson was on the bench for a long time. Of course, Kobe dominated the first half, Aaron. We haven't really seen much of him in the last 5 minutes.
It's nearly a 4-minute scoring drought for USC. Five to shoot now for Dodds. He wants another. Too strong. And here's Johnson with a rebound. Pushing. Collier just checked back in. Bullying his way. Under 10 to shoot now. Collier, 3 to shoot. Corner 3, no, he stepped out of bounds. The turnovers have been a major theme, particularly in the second half. It's the 17th for Andy Enfield's squad.
Man, Isaiah Collier in particular, I mean, he's really, really talented, but he leads the country in turnovers coming into today, 5.3 per game. And you'll take some of those mistakes. Look, if you want a masterpiece, right, you got to allow the artist to spill a little bit of paint, no problem. But it is a little bit too much paint that's on the floor each and every game. And right there, kind of just trying to take over by himself, over dribbling, and Dre Davis holding his ground.
Davis gives it up. No foul, but 2. Bediako with another bucket.
That was a little awkward, but it counts all the same. Credit Bediako with the patience. And look at Isaiah Coleman, 2 hands.
Lead trimmed to 6, a 12-0 run. Collier draws contact. Second on Coleman. Under 8 to play, 49-43. Seton Hall, a 14-2 run. Saturday is a huge day of college football on Fox. We kick things off with the game of the year. Number 2 Ohio State taking on number 3 Michigan on Big Noon Saturday. Then it's a battle for the Apple Cup. Washington State taking on number 4 Washington at 4 Eastern. Then Iowa State and K-State score off at 8. It all kicks off Saturday on Fox. (49-43). 12-0 run for Seton Hall has brought them right back into it. Under 8 to play. Deflected by Coleman.
So Seton Hall, how they got back into this game, they've stopped turning the ball over, Aaron, which has allowed them to keep USC out of transition, guard them in the half court. They finally made some jump shots.
Coleman with a foul. He's forcing Collier out of bounds. That's the 3rd on the freshman, Isaiah Coleman.
Yeah, these 2 freshmen are going at one another right now. I like Isaiah Coleman. He looks like a supreme athlete.
Morgan. Another foul on Coleman. He picks up 2 in about as many seconds.
Number 21, Isaiah Coleman with his 4th personal foul.
Well, Joshua Morgan came into this game as one of the premier shot blockers in the West and has not disappointed. If you're a Seton Hall fan and you're watching this game and you've never heard of this guy before, that's on you, man. He's played 5 years of college basketball, started his career at Long Beach State. 8 blocks, that ties a career high. That's not even a career high yet. We still have 7.5 minutes to go.
He gets the first free throw. He gets them both.
Dre Davis, number 14, a catch. Let him ISO here. He's been one of their best offensive options.
Dawes scoreless in the first half. 7 to shoot now. Richmond backing down Johnson. Up and under. It's it over Morgan, but a miss.
Got the shot they wanted.
Johnson pulls up just inside the elbow. Too strong. Dawes averages 13 a game. He has just 3 so far today. Crosses over, tries to hang. Into the hands of Bediako. Head fake and a finish. He's in double figures now.
That's the second time we've seen Jaden Bediako. He does not panic when he's in the paint. He's surrounded by 7-footers who are swiping, trying to block his shot. He patiently waits for his opportunity. Well done.
Lead cut to 6. USC 1 point led by 20 in this game. Johnson, not an easy three. Oh, and he bags it. It's his 3rd triple today.
Came into this game with only 3 made field goals from 3-point arc and has already doubled that. I talked about how good the other parts of his game. If Kobe Johnson can become a consistent 3-point threat, then this USC team is going to be a top 15 team in the country.
Richmond spin cycle. And a foul. Now Richmond a little shaken up there.
Watch this patience by Jaden Bediako. Surrounded by 3 Trojans, pump fake, 2 pump fakes, let the traffic clear. Make sure Joshua Morgan isn't around, by the way, too.
Good point.
And then Kobe Johnson, adding that element to an already stellar package as an overall basketball player. I've been really impressed with Kobe.
Pretty impressive for as much of a menace as Johnson has been defensively. That's the first foul he's committed today.
That's been called. He's super aggressive. Look, the best thing that right now for Seton Hall, get to the foul line. You can put points on the board, you stop the clock. It allows you to set up some full court pressure here, make USC work.
Richmond gets both. He's got 10 points now. Sellers just checked back in. Under 6 to play. Johnson, a couple of fakes off the window.
Did he switch hands? I think he shot that with his left. It looked like he did from where we're sitting. He's a right-handed player.
And he is having a whale of a game. Richmond jump stop. Draws the foul in the paint.
We got to see this Kobe Johnson bucket. Does he switch hands right here from right to
yes.
He sure does. He looked like he was going up with the right and then midair switched to the, wow, that's super impressive.
Just picked up his 2nd foul.
Hey, Seton Hall, Aaron, grinding. They are not allowing USC to pull away here. Getting to the foul line again is Kadari. And he leads this Seton Hall team in free throws attempted, shoots over 80% from the line. Look at Shaheen always keeps looking up at the board like he wants this game just as much as his players, man. He wish he could put on a uniform right now and go out and guard Boogie Ellis.
Richmond gets them both. He's bringing Coleman back in. Ends up giving Dre Davis a breather.
There's no way that Dre Davis is going to sit for more than a minute. He's been one of the best players on the floor. Freshman on freshman right here at half court.
Collier able to hold on to it. And Coleman picks up. And he's done. That's his 5th.
Yeah.
Just checked in and fouls out.
It's the right call. I mean, they've been physical, they've been fighting, right? But you can't put a hand or even 2 hands on a player 30 feet from the rim. Everyone's watching. It was a one-on-one. All 3 referees saw that one.
Coleman's now figuring out that he's done for the day. And what you see, you prophesied that Trey Davis wouldn't be on the bench for long.
Yeah, that's an easy call for the official. Some right arm gets wrapped up, and there's Shaheen looking at the clock. He's looking at the clock. Under 5 minutes to go. What are my options here?
So Davis checks right back in.
Feels like a Boogie Ellis.
Johnson can't hold on to it. Quick
Nice
outlet.
pass.
Dawes off the window. 5-point game all of a sudden. Approaching the 4-minute mark.
Wow.
Turnover. Another one. Richmond.
Yeah.
He got it. 3-point game. Under 4 to play.
This is no surprise to Big East fans who have watched this Seton Hall program with Shaheen as an assistant and now as the head coach.
Sellers heaves a 3,
Wow.
and the freshman got it.
Talk about a surprise hero in that moment. USC desperately in need of a bucket, and they go to a guy who's only made 4 threes all year.
They trying to answer off the rim. Under 3.5 now.
This game feels like a street fight right now.
Davis battling, pivoting for position. Back and forth, 4-point game.
And everyone's tired. They had a big turkey dinner yesterday, trying to work it off, but they're exhausted.
Collier strip fouled instead. A foul from behind on Adewusu.
Well, if you watch the first half of this game, this second half looks nothing like it. I mean, it's incredible. Seton Hall fighting back. And who does USC go to? Isaiah Sellers, the sophomore, who answers, but do not count out the Pirates. We got a 2-possession ball game on our hands.
We're all just
This game has taken new life over the last 10 minutes or so. And during the break, Shaheen Holloway just kind of taking some deep breaths before he joins the huddle, the Pirates.
Aaron, he needed to take a minute, man. Like Shaheen, he's often coaching in a defensive stance with his hands up, almost like a 6th defender on the sideline. This game means so much to him. He only knows one speed, and that is full speed. I feel him. Take a drink before he went into the huddle. The huddle was still really active. I was watching it from our vantage point here on the sideline, Aaron, and the guys were talking to each other. And often teams, and Shaheen will say this, the best teams are player-driven, not coach-driven. There was a lot of communication going on before Shaheen finally took his seat in that huddle.
Officials looking at a clock issue.
Shot clock.
Well, a much different half, or at least offensively in the first half, the Pirates, they shot 28%, Casey.
Yeah, it's the three-point numbers that really, I mean, when you make 0 3-pointers against a really talented team, I don't care what conference you play in or where the game is played, you are almost guaranteed to be trailing. And those extra 3-point shots, they've been timely too for the Pirates, have really given them life and injected some defensive energy.
Collier hits the front end of the 1-and-1. They set the clock at 3:06. Clock did not start at an inbounds. That's what they were able to clean up.
Which is going to be important. Every second matters in this one.
Couple of big makes. 6-point lead now for the Trojans.
Kadari Richmond in the post, or Dre Davis on a drive. Here's USC in their 2-3 matchup.
Here is Davis. Inside to Richmond. The fake and the finish. What a second half for Kadari Richmond.
And Aaron, that fake from Richmond got Josh Morgan on his heels, and it was that half second all he needed to make that one.
Back to a 4-point game under 2.5 to play. Collier, foul.
That is a shot that Isaiah Collier makes 9 out of 10 times. And Shaheen Holloway is like, how can we give one of the best driving guards in the country a free lane to the basket? Watch here. And that's Alamir Dawes. He thought he was switching. He wasn't. I mean, again, Isaiah Collier, he makes that more times than not. I think Shaheen needs another drink of water for that one.
He's going to need to lay down when this one's over with. Collier back to the line.
He's talking to Alamir Dawes right there. Shaheen is telling him, you cannot leave your man and allow Collier a drive.
He missed them both. 81% on the young season, but a couple of big misses late.
Look at how extended, how high the USC 2. This is a 2-3 zone technically. Doesn't look anything like it.
Davis with 7 to shoot. Morgan, his 9th block, a new career high. Make it 10. 10 swats today. Off the back of the backboard, USC ball. Major big-time blocks, 10 on the day for Joshua Morgan.
What is happening? This is incredible. Stays within the play, doesn't foul here. Goes vertical until the very end, folks. Gets a block without a foul. That is textbook. That's an instructional video on how you block shots without fouling.
Collier with 5 to shoot now.
Should have shot the first one.
Ellis has to put it up. Approaching the 1-minute mark. Richmond. Adewusu.
Adewusu was not ready to catch and shoot that ball. He was surprised by the pass from Kadari Richmond. That led to the miss. And he's kind of kicking himself right now. He had one. But Joshua Morgan, go ahead and have yourself a game. So there's some kids who are watching who love to score. They love to dunk. They love to shoot threes. There are plenty of ways to affect a game positively besides scoring the basketball. And here's Exhibit A. Joshua Morgan has dominated his role in this game.
Incredible performance. Ellis at the line.
And it's not a fluke. I mean 10 blocks is crazy, but this is what this young man has done his entire life, especially at the Division I level.
He gets them both.
Massive possession, obviously, here. You want the ball in Kadari Richmond's hands or right here, Davis.
Davis. Rodman gets the rebound. Under a minute now. And an empty possession for the Pirates.
It was a good shot, though.
That's the 4th on Adewusu. Seton Hall at one point down by 20. Got within 3. Under a minute to play now. Collier missed his last 2 free throws.
Hey, this guy's not afraid, man. He's played at a high level in high school. And every time he stepped on the floor in a Trojan uniform, he's got guys trying to prove themselves against him. He's going to be a lottery pick. Big free throws.
Two big makes. Dawes held scoreless in the first half. Adewusu hanging, an acrobatic magic trick.
So I've been asking Seton Hall players to go through the chest of Joshua Morgan. If you try to avoid him and go around him, he will block your shot. If you go like a heat-seeking missile, watch him dive right into the chest of 24. There's no way Joshua Morgan could even get a fingertip on that one. Now, are there players that can do that like Adewusu that are built like this dude? No, there isn't. You got to use what your mama gave you, man.
Ellis back to the line.
Last year, USC was a really good free throw shooting team, one of the top in the Pac-12. This year, again, it should be the same. And it's interesting, you and I remember 3 years ago, they were one of the worst free throw shooting teams. It's so important.
Boogie Ellis now 20 points, right about his average. Richmond, count it. He goes right after Morgan. What a second half it's been for Kadari Richmond.
You see DJ Rodman pointing to his brain saying, we got to be smarter than that. And that's not a foul on DJ Rodman, that's a foul on Joshua Morgan. But you can't foul in that situation. That's actually the worst thing you can do. Better off conceding the basket at this point.
Missed the chance for a three-point play. Richmond, who entering today was 13 of 16 on the season.
Richmond is third.
Six-point Trojans lead, just under 25 seconds to play. DJ Rodman to the line.
Kind of like Joshua Morgan, DJ Rodman, who has struggled to find his offensive footing with his new teammates, really should focus on being the next best perimeter defender to Kobe Johnson. If he can find that role, Andy Enfield will be forced to keep him on the floor.
Pirates trying to save some time here. They pick it up into the front court. Picked off. Kobe Johnson, not what Richmond had in mind. Skip pass, and it's intercepted on the other end of Adewusu. Under 15 seconds. Adewusu. Morgan doesn't want to foul. He missed it. And the putback is good. Bediako. Just under 11 seconds. Timeout Seton Hall. 6-point game. Today's Play the Game, sponsored by Rady Children's Healthier Ever After, starts here. Not long ago, this was an impressive sequence, to say the least.
Yeah, under 2 minutes to go, and Joshua Morgan blocks Davis, and then he blocks Bediako. Incredible, both without fouling. A career-high 10 blocks for the graduate senior. And yeah, the end of the bench. Give that dude some love. He's earned it, man. Like, I know the headliners are Isaiah Collier and Boogie Ellis. We talked about Kobe Johnson a ton in the first half. But he's been the man for USC. And he's only scored 2 points in the second half. You can be the man, win your team a game, and only score 2 points and a half. It's possible.
A remarkable performance. On a career day for somebody who blocks shots better than almost anybody. Dawes with a quick foul. Frustrating day for Alamir Dawes, 2 of 13. Held scoreless in the first half.
He's going to bounce back tomorrow. Know that about Alamir Dawes.
Levels at 21 points. That's his season average.
USC's got 2 guys that are averaging 20 points a game on the same team.
Even Isaiah Collier Another turnover. USC will win this one. 71-63, and the number 23 team of the country will take on Oklahoma in tomorrow's championship game.
Yeah, this game didn't look like it was going to be a lot of fun to watch if you're just a casual fan in the first half. But man, the last 5 minutes of that was so impressive. I walk away from this game like Seton Hall's going to kick themselves. They missed a lot of open threes in the first half, a lot of turnovers, but their fight was clear. It was on display. And USC, when they're healthy and they're right and focused, Aaron,